Well, not very many people in the world listen to me. I have a pretty good following in Russia. I've only been doing this 4 months or so, but for you Americans out there that still believe that we're doing the right thing in Ukraine, you're dead wrong. There's announced today even, and this has been going on for a while, Syrskyi is the only person who thinks that Ukraine can win. And he's convinced us to continue funneling money, weapons, and his own people's lives into this conflict that there is no way Russia will lose. I've been saying that for 2 years. Quote me on it. I may be just a plain old dude, but I speak fluent Russian. I watch all the Telegram channels in Ukraine and in Russia, the Russian-speaking ones anyway. And I watch them and I see what I would call a more likely source of real news than we get in America. In America, we don't get international news. We only get the filtered version. Anybody who's been overseas knows that pays attention. If you've just gone over for a trip to see what it's like to drive on the Autobahn, you don't know anything. If you just went over there to be in the army and didn't actually try to assimilate or find out what their culture and people are all about, you people have made a grave mistake in not trying to figure out the world. And President Trump, soon to be, if you're listening at all, you need to get more people who understand how the world thinks, because our worldview and all the Republicans, my beliefs financially are Republican. Always have been, always will be. I believe in a freer market, maybe a tiny bit of control, but not like we have. We have long ago lost a free market economy. And internationally, we're a joke. And people need to start getting ready for the idea that we're not going to be the top dog forever. We represent, with NATO, less than a fourth of the world. The rest of the world is tired of us. And, Europe's a little bit tired of us too, but there are a lot of people out there that try to say these things, and so I'm probably just another broken record that nobody's going to listen to, but our so-called experts aren't experts. They're people who tell you what you want to hear. This morning on the Ukrainian news, and this is Times of India, a fairly good source for news that like we used to have 30 years ago, report the facts, let me make my own opinion about them. Well, and we didn't really have that. They twisted a little bit, but not like this free-for-all that we have now, where it's all opinion and there isn't a bit of news in it, where they twist the facts to match their belief of the world. And I'm sick of it. And so you can't watch paid media. You can't watch Fox either, and I've pretty much quit watching them, although they have gotten better recently. But I like independent sources. Anyway, this thing with I'm going to speak Russian here. Безгласная. She's a Zelensky fanatic, and she's like head of the intelligence committee in Ukraine. And she said this morning, well, yesterday for them, that it's time to get rid of. They already got rid of Zelensky, and now she wants to get rid of Syrskyi, because these two people, the army generals in charge, are saying we cannot win. It doesn't matter how much how many weapons, how much money the Biden will continue to funnel into us. We're not gonna win. We can't win. And certainly we don't want to escalate to another war, but they don't want to listen. So they got rid of, in February, they got rid of Zelensky, and now she wants to get rid of Syrskyi. So you got generals who actually know things, you would assume, about the military things on the ground, but the politicians don't want to believe that, because that's their free meal. That's their money ticket to keep paying all the pensions of all their hangers-on, to keep themselves in the rich stuff, and Zelensky's wife still buying Bugattis. But It's nonsense, and we continue to pump money into this. Please listen to my channel. This is my rant, which I normally rant in Russian, because I was trying to get my niche in the world, and I've done. I'm starting to do it, and I do it in Russian. I do it in English, but I say basically the same things. You don't have to agree with me. I don't care. You want to wander around wearing Ukrainian flags on your lapel and hanging them from your front door, you go right ahead. But it's kind of foolish to just do so because somebody in the Senate said, we need to support Ukraine, but didn't back it up. And they never did back it up. Oh, Putin's a dictator. Putin is now Putler. He's Hitler. No, he's not. And he came back into power again with 80% of the vote. 80% Now you can say that, yeah, but they don't have free elections. You thinking we do? Got problems. At any rate, that's my rant for today. I hope you listen to my channel. I'm going to continue to keep putting stuff out in English as well. I've done a great series of recordings in Russian. I'd like to do them in English some too. I am starting my own radio show very soon, and going to put out there and try to do a live version, 1 hour Russian, 1 hour English. You got guests who want to interview or speak in Russian or in English about politics, about war, about travel, about anything. I'd be happy to do so. And I appreciate you all for paying attention this far. I hope that you continue to listen to me because there are things I know, quite a few things I know. Our world is not what it was 30 years ago. Our country is certainly not what it was 30 years ago when I served in the military and as a diplomatic interpreter, and the Soviet Union had just collapsed. I was doing arms control, nuclear threshold test ban treaty, intermediate range nuclear forces treaty, and by the way, the U.S. is the one. We are the ones who shredded those documents and paid no attention to them. We are the ones who said we won't expand NATO any further, and then even in his speech, even in the debates, we have Joe Biden saying he's responsible for expanding NATO. NATO wasn't supposed to expand. Its use was gone after, in all seriousness, what do we need NATO for? Seriously, if we wouldn't generate war all over the place, and we in NATO are very good at doing so, if we hadn't done that for the last 30 years, we really wouldn't need them, would we? We're not defending the world, we're creating strife. So it's not quite the great organization they want to claim that it is. So please, America, if you're looking for answers, don't watch the news. And if you're hoping to somehow live in a peaceful world without all this nonsense, we need change in America, and we need to get rid of our colonial attitudes and colonial activities. More. We need to quit. If you don't know, Zelensky not long ago said that Western corporations can own land in Ukraine, right? What do we do here? We're having a big fit because people allow China to buy land here, and we're having a fit about it. But Ukraine is sold out. Ukraine is being bought by BlackRock, by large industrial and farming and oil and everything. That's what this war is about. And selling arms, of course. We always got to have a good war supply for the arms dealers. If you want real diplomacy, get rid of everyone that you got right now in the State Department. Trump, when you come into power, fill them with people that actually want peace and not these people that are going to prolong war and make money for everybody. If you really don't care about money and you really care about the country, your own personal money, and you really aren't in this to get rich, please stop everyone else from getting rich off the government tit. It needs to be, it's TEAT and not TIT, just so you know. And we want less war, not more. Have a nice day.